Hi everybody, I'm Stephanie Hunter from Hamilton, New Zealand, and this is our beautiful wizard and magical person from Pi here, Karen Crichton. How are we, Karen?
Hello, lovely. I'm really good, and thank you for the lovely intro.
Very, very well. Hey guys, I'm really excited. Sorry, Karen, for cutting you off because I'm so excited. I'm really excited because Karen has created a new library, and this is blowing my socks off. So the new library for our quantum biofeedback holders and users is the past and ancestral healing. So give us a brief overlay before we start diving into it deeply, Karen. Talk to us about the past and ancestral healing.
Okay, so this came about because over the last few months and more over the last few weeks, I've noticed that a lot of clients and friends and people who are using the biofeedback or not are coming up with various symptoms and diagnosis and everything else, what with all of the stuff going on around the world. And the reason I did this is I felt that a lot of these symptoms and illnesses and everything else, we can either allow them to destroy our health and well-being, or we could use them to release.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
it's to release emotional, physical, and spiritual blockages that could be causing a deterioration in our physical body.
So the symptoms that people have been experiencing, including myself, pre, post, and also non-vaccination. Yep. I want to use that as an example. Okay, yep. So pre, post, and non-vaccination. So this covers everybody. We're not here to judge on your decisions. We're just here to express what we've been finding, okay? Yeah. Then we can either take those symptoms that have been presenting themselves uncomfortably for people and either look at them positively, thinking, okay, what are you bringing to my attention and expressing for me? Or a favorite phrase of mine at the moment is dropping the veil that's been covering and hiding this. Yeah. What are you bringing forth for me to heal and to release?
Yeah.
So people have been very frightened, understandably, because it's a very unknown time that we're currently going through, and a very in your face. You will see this going on. You can't put any blinkers on, guys. It's there. Regardless of where you look or where you go, it's there. So people have automatically and quite understandably gone, oh my God, what the hell's going on here? And it must be bad for me. Well, let's just slightly change that mindset, is what Karen's saying, and observe and look as if observe what's happening with self and think, what is this presenting to me and what opportunity comes with it?
Yeah, and I think that is the most important thing, because some of the symptoms that many of people who have approached me of late have been very scary. You know, so people who have had the vaccination and having symptoms, and those who haven't had the vaccination and have been having symptoms, and fill in the blank. But it seems to me that things are just coming faster.
Yeah.
And so therefore you've got this huge time and a place where we can actually really go, okay, let's make this an opportunity rather than a negative. Let's put it as a positive thing to help us move through individually and as a group and society. Let's move through this and make it a positive thing.
Lovely. I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Perfect.
So, yeah.
So looking at my biofeedback, so if I'm not looking at the camera, guys, it's because I'm looking at the biofeedback that I've got here, and I'm reading what Karen has put into this library, which is exciting. So the library is called the Past and Ancestral Healing, okay? It is available now on Karen and I's website for everybody who has got their full system, and also for people who are going to be on the 14-day trial. You can still purchase this library, which is very exciting. Now, I'll get this out of the way straight away, Karen. It's usually $50. Is that right?
Yep. It will be 50. Yeah. But for a very short time, I hate that. I hate this marketing stuff. But for a short time, for those of you who either have the system or who are wanting a 14-day trial, it's $25. And so you can experience that. We've done a video as to how to use it. And so it's just simple. It's really simple. But the reason we're doing this is we want you to feel the difference. And the thing is that if you decide not to go ahead with the biofeedback, that's cool. But if you do decide to go ahead and purchase the biofeedback, it's always there. So it'll never go away. The only thing that we'll do is, as we update, and we're always updating these libraries, is as we update, you get the free updates you never pay for anymore. Once you bought the library,
wow.
Always
So
get
when times are moving and changing and the energy is moving and shifting, and you've been called upon to upgrade this library, Karen, those who have already got the library downloaded, all they need to do is log out of their biofeedback and log back in. Is that right?
Yep, and it updates it.
Updates it automatically
all the time.
This is never dating. It's astounding.
No. Yeah, that's the thing.
I love it.
We've tried to make it so that as we learn, because we're always learning, and this year, you know, it's been a real learning year, and in so many ways. And the thing is that more remedies, more ways of going about bringing out health outcomes that are positive are coming to the forefront, and that is the beauty of it. And
isn't
that's
it exciting?
Yeah,
really, really exciting. Now, just touching on that really briefly as well, because I'm working with people on emotional healing perspectives. Being forced into lockdown has actually given us an amazing opportunity to express and explore these new treatments that are coming through if we open ourselves mentally and emotionally to healing, but hearing the messages that are happening. So using our time constructively and positively, it's astounding what's landing. It's absolutely blowing my mind what's landing, because we're stopped and we're silent and long enough for the messages to be coming through.
Yeah. And
if we're not in a place of fear. Now, guys, one of my favorite things I say to my clients is look at the word fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. Okay, false evidence appearing real. And I've never seen a timeline that shows that particular breakdown of that word fear into false evidence appearing real, but it's more relevant than right now.
Yeah,
okay,
I so agree.
Don't buy into it. So let's get back onto your library, because this is all about you and your library.
No,
oh my God. I see we've got an adrenal gland support. I think that means gland.
It does indeed. I'll change that.
So
the great thing is that because you will see spelling things with me. For those of you who know me, I'm dyslexic, and sometimes it comes out very evidently.
That's beautiful. Adrenal gland support, ancestral healing formula. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh, the things that are coming through from ancestral lines at the moment is astounding.
Yeah.
We've got the cyst shrinking, we've got the autoimmune, we've got blood detox, we've got blood purifying, brain fungus release. Oh my word, people are saying that they're feeling foggy in the brain.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it comes up as being fungal, and sometimes though we need specific frequencies to unlock that fungus so it can be released, because, you know, people say about the blood-brain barrier and these things go through the blood-brain barrier. Well, it's the same the other way too. So being able to detoxify that is a really important component of health and well-being, because our wonderful brains have so much potential.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. We've got detox support for herbals. We've got Diatomaceous Earth, one of my favorite products in the world. Environmental protection, false unicorn hormonal balance formula. False unicorn, is that a herb?
False unicorn is an endangered herb. And the reason it's endangered is because it's so powerful. Now, as a herbalist, I used to give false unicorn occasionally when someone had a real infertility problem.
Okay.
And what I've observed is, and the reason it's endangered is because it was in so much need, but also we use it as a menopausal herb too, to allow everything to rebalance. And what we've observed of late is a lot of people, women, of course, who start bleeding all of a sudden after not bleeding for a long time in menopause, but also with a lot of young women who are having extremely heavy periods all of a sudden.
Wow. And that is actually quite a common feedback from women, either being jabbed, pre-jabbed, post-jabbed, or people who are associated with people who have been jabbed. Particularly freshly jabbed people.
Yeah,
I'm hearing a lot of women, actually I'm reading a lot of people's comments on different online forums, and I'm hearing a lot of people actually say to me, and I am one of these people, guys, when I heard it happening to other people, I went, oh yeah, okay, not that I didn't believe him, but I couldn't got the experience. I couldn't be empathetic towards them.
Mm.
And then my son went and got the COVID-19 jab himself, and within a day, I started bleeding, and I'm postmenopausal by 7 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I rang for advice from the Healthline, it was interesting. As soon as they heard that the vaccination was anywhere associated with what I was talking about, shut me down immediately. They told me it was one of three things: either I was making it up, or I was bringing it on myself because I was stressed, or I had reestablished my periods and I was going into menstruation again. What, 7 years postmenopausal? I've never heard of that before.
No. Interesting
shut
what
me
they
down.
make. Yeah, it's interesting what's coming out. And the thing is that if it's very difficult to try and persuade anyone that this sort of thing is happening.
It's everything that's happening. It's so brand new that I spoke to four different nurses on Healthline, and all four struggled to give me any idea. And why? Because there's no history of this before. They weren't being flippant, they weren't being rude, they weren't being dismissive, even though it could come across to something thinking they're dismissive. But they couldn't give me an answer. Did they want to give me an answer? Absolutely they did. But everything is so new to everybody.
Yeah.
I waited for 7 days for the medical world to have an opportunity to explore as much as they wanted to explore. Then on the 7th day, I had an internal scan as well as an external scan. And the scan has picked up abnormalities internally. Now, I'm not going to say by any means that they just suddenly materialize over 24 hours after being exposed to somebody who had been post-jab. I'm not going to say that because I don't know that. But what I feel in my heart of hearts is that these internal growths were there beforehand, but they were benign. They were inactive. They were just visitors who had never gotten back out the door again. You know, they're just like, okay, well, this is a nice and warm place to be. I'm going to stay here for the rest of your life. So they weren't causing me any problems, but I feel that they were activated or aggravated.
Well, then we have to go back, don't we, Stephanie, to the positive outcome of that is if you hadn't have had that reaction, whatever it was,
wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known that you had some stuff to work on.
Absolutely right.
And so that could be for everyone, really, because we get so used to the way our body feels over time that sometimes we don't notice that something's not right because it's so slow.
Yeah, or we become accepted of it, thinking it's old age, it's just the way I am.
We won't use the O word here. We don't use the O word.
You find excuses when things are so supple and changing in your life. You find excuses and you adapt. That's how human beings have survived through all these years. They've adapted to change.
Yeah.
So we don't hold anything accountable per se, or everything accountable. Not some things we do hold accountable, but not everything. It's so subtle, so gentle. It's just like, oh, it's just what's going on, moving on. Oh, I'm feeling a bit tired. Well, maybe I garden too much or something. But you find excuses. So for me, it was a great opportunity. The positiveness, as you refer to, Karen, because it was very positive, was great. Now we've got an internal picture of what's going on. Let's deal with it. Fabulous.
Yeah.
And I have to say that after working with Karen for 24 hours after that scan, bleeding gone.
Excellent.
It's just like that. Beautiful,
like
beautiful.
Just
I'm excited to see we've got false unicorn in there. We've got ginkgo biloba for brain and speech support, hopefully. Heavy metal detox and drainage. We've got some affirmations going in there. We've got information release. We've got the letting go essence. Oh my gosh, and on and on and on it goes. I think there's something like 30 energetic items in this amazing library. Karen, you have surpassed yourself. This is
Thank you. Now, just so that you know, is it nearly every one of those, apart from a couple of the affirmations and things, they have more than one component in. Because I'm not one for just doing one thing. I like to make it so that every single part of it is powerful. And so I try to make it so that I've still got a couple of things I've remembered I've got to add in. So they're going to be added in the next couple of days. So
that's exciting.
So it's really wonderful to be able to do this, and it feels so good to be able to help myself, of course, because I'm not excluded from the fact of needing to work through everything. So you know, although I've been doing it for quite some time, but I'm not saying I haven't got stuff to work on, because I definitely have, you know, but
Well,
no physical symptoms.
beautiful, beautiful. Karen, from me to you and from everyone who is going to be listening to this video and engaging in this library, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because having a positive outcome, or having a possibility of having a positive outcome, empowers us to embrace that outcome, embrace that possibility, and move forward strongly into our future. There's not an awful lot of that coming through from people at the moment. So thank you, Karen, for being a leader to our society, and to our community, and to our people, our whānau, which means family here in New Zealand, and standing up and finding a positive way to move forward. So thank you.
Oh,
from the bottom of my heart.
thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. It gives me great joy to be able to do this.
Excellent. So guys, please, if you've got any questions about the amazing past and ancestral healing library that Karen has created for not just a specific purpose, although this purpose has brought it to our attention, this specific time, this is going to be huge. I know it from the depth of my cells, this is going to be huge. Please reach out to Karen, contact me if you want to, drop a question down below. We've got our website as well, which is quantumhealing.me. Is our website. Pop in there, and there's places there to ask questions. There'll be blogs, regular blogs coming up soon. Here to help and support you move forward positively and strong and elevated through every step of your life. Thanks for your time, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.